Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone? Cool, cool. Thank you for taking time to showing up here. So let's get started with our presentation, which will last for 45 minutes. So here today, let me introduce myself. I'm Kalyan Kaki. I'm a group product manager in Azure, been with the company for 21 years. Have had the fantastic partnership opportunity to lead the Oracle and Azure partnership from the product side. And let me introduce Tushar. Tushar?
Yeah, hello everyone. Tushar Pandit. I lead product management for Oracle Database Cloud Services. Super excited to be here at Ignite this time and co-presenting this session with Kalyan. We've been working very closely in getting a bunch of database cloud services on Azure.
Yep. I'll take you through the agenda today. It's a 45-minute session. So we'll give an overview of our Oracle database offerings, just a recap of all of the database offerings from Oracle. Tushar will do that. We'll talk about what Oracle Database at Azure is, how did we build it. Then we'll get into some of the new capabilities. And then we will go to go deeper into data and AI and how we are enabling data and AI. Right? With that, let me first take you to the next frontier. So in this demo, real people but fake titles. I would love to keep the title, but it's a fake one. So here in this, we're talking about a frontier AI retail. So this is the setup, right? Before we take you through the Oracle Database at Azure, we wanted to kind of paint a picture on what companies that want to use AI and be frontier in their field could look like. In this case, it's a retail company, Lakeshore Retail. They are starting to use a lot of AI. They have Oracle, they have Azure, they use Azure AI, right? So here is the real scenario. The fake CEO here, the real person me, says, show me and board the money to my team. Ram is an IT developer. He enables entire team to be more productive with AI. Raji is a deputy CSO. She makes sure the data is safe and is private. And Brett is our CRO, and his job is to find where there is more money and show board and I the money, right? Let's jump into a demo of what the present in some companies and the future for your customers or you could look like. Okay.
It's a typical day at Lakeshore Retail, and I'm at my desk. I get a Teams chat from my boss congratulating me about the great quarter, and he asks me how we're going to keep it up. Time to show him the money, I guess, so let's see if AI can help. First thing I do is I go to Microsoft 365 Copilot. It's my trusted companion, and it makes it easy to access all the documents and data across the whole organization. And since it's integrated with Entra ID, I see only what I'm supposed to. Now here, it gives me a list of documents, and I click on the one that I need, and it takes me to the dashboard that provides a summary of all of the data about our sales history. Ram in IT has built this for me, and he's combined the data in the Oracle Database at Azure database with some sentiment activity that's come from customer surveys. But I want to be able to ask it some questions. And since I know that AI can help make it more conversational, looks like I need an agent. Now, Ram's a hardcore database developer, but he's recently learned how to build AI-enabled apps for the company. So he's the man for the job, and I asked him to create an agent for me. Now we're going to show you Ram's experience as a developer and just how easy it is. He starts here right in the Azure portal, and he can choose from the Oracle Database at Azure database type that he wants, just like any other Azure service. He can choose Exadata if he wants a highly available service. He can choose Oracle-based database if he needs something a little bit less expensive, or he can choose for autonomous or exascale if he wants something that's more of a managed service. To build this agent, Ram's going to use Microsoft Copilot Studio. Copilot Studio is the end-to-end conversational AI platform from Microsoft. It allows a citizen developer to easily design agents for critical workflows, use generative responses for scalable, low-complex queries. It enables out-of-the-box integration with Entra ID and Purview for access control and data governance. And it allows you to seamlessly deploy and integrate those agents across all the Microsoft AI clients, whether it's Copilot, Teams, or the browser. To build this agent, Ram has already started a project in Copilot Studio. The first thing he has to do is add some knowledge, so he connects to the same Oracle database at Azure Database that the dashboard was built on and selects the tables. Next, he adds the AI search component so that it can enable real-time search or real-time augmentation over his enterprise data. Then he adds the vector search that leverages Oracle's 26 AI built-in capabilities. And finally, he connects it to the Fabric data agent so it can talk to multiple databases in a single query. He's just about done and ready to publish it, but he needs to check with security first. So he shared the agent with Raji, our deputy CSO, and she reviews the purview policies and access controls and gives him the green light to publish. Back to Copilot Studio, he hits the publish button, and now we're ready to see it in action. So back at my desk, Ram shares the agent with me. Now I can take it and put it in a shared Teams chat with all of my other sales reps so they can begin to use it. I copy and paste it into the Teams channel, and it's time to take this thing for a test drive. First thing I do is I ask the agent what it's capable of, and like any good agent, it clearly understands its mission. It tells me it can go give me a snapshot, tells me it can go do analysis, it tells me it can make recommendations and provide trend insights. That's just what I needed. Now we see Bob in Tampa get into the action, and he gets some information about the top sales in his region from the agent. Now we see John in Sunnyvale get into the action, and he asks it to highlight top categories and make some recommendations on pricing or promotion, and the agent gives him exactly what it needs. Now, finally, because I have access to all the information across the company and the agent knows it, when I ask Retail IQ to tell me the information and trends from all the regions, it allows me to do that and share it right here in the chat with everybody. That's my call, and it knows it. So that's great. Now you've seen just how easy it is to take data from an Oracle database, build an agent using Microsoft Copilot Studio, distribute it to sales reps across all the organization, and how easy it will be for us to get more done. Thanks, Retail IQ.
Fantastic. So if this is what your enterprise could, what you want your enterprise to look like, if you have Oracle databases on-premises or in cloud, in the next 35 minutes, we'll kind of tell you how to get there, right? But before we get there, let's maybe take a look at the history, right? So Oracle and Microsoft have been partners for over 30 years, supporting customers on-premises, for 10 years supporting customers in cloud. In 2019, we did something that was innovative, that can be done across two clouds. Where there is proximity for Azure data centers and Oracle data centers, we wanted to interconnect the two data centers and have customers who have already deployed Oracle in OCI or wants Exadata in OCI to deploy it there while they have their apps and everything else in Azure, connected over interconnect, right? Worked for a large number of customers, still works for a large number of customers. But if you want to have high availability, consistent latency, predictable latency, we realized you need more, which is why we started the Oracle Database at Azure offering in 2023. We'll talk a lot more about what it is during this session, but 2025 is all about enabling frontier AI leadership, right? Together, Oracle, which is system of record for a number of customers, and Azure are bringing together for you the frontier AI solutions that we'll talk about, all right? But let's start with the first part, which is like, let's actually look at Oracle applications, Oracle databases. Let's go a little deeper into it. Let's talk about enterprise readiness, and then we'll get into the data and AI, right? To start with, what runs on Oracle, right? If you're new to industry, then you probably don't know enough. But for people who have been around, there are a number of enterprise applications that run on Oracle, right? You have Oracle applications, Oracle 1P applications that run on Oracle. There are custom applications in banking, retail, you name what industry that run on Oracle. You have packaged applications from premier ISVs that run on Oracle. You have custom applications on VMware that run on Oracle. You have all flavors of applications that run on Oracle, right? With this partnership, we are able to support all of these applications on Azure, right? So let's first talk about, and when we say all of these applications, we are talking about the form factors of compute. We have applications that run on VMware, virtual machines, containers, doesn't matter, or the modern AI applications. Everything is supported on Azure, right? Now first, let's go do a deeper dive into Oracle offerings, and Tushar, take it away.
Absolutely. All right. So some of the biggest enterprise customers today run their data on the Oracle database, right? It's been happening for many, many decades, still happening. So what do customers get from these Oracle Database Cloud services? Number one, 5 decades of leadership in innovating database solutions. We have a huge community of developers, 5 million of them across the globe, providing us continuous feedback on our existing releases as well as new releases to come out. 96% of Fortune 100 customers run their data on Oracle Database today. And 77% of the Fortune 100 customers run it on Exadata. So pretty much all the big verticals that you have ever encountered, from the time you start your day to the time you end your day, you are using Oracle Database and Exadata somewhere. So all of this, we have tremendous amount of feedback that we get from these customers, which has helped us build the Oracle Database as a highly performant, with scalability and reliability benefits, making it as the backbone for the biggest enterprise applications. Now, when we are talking to customers as they are moving to cloud, they are asking for choices. Currently, 98% of companies are using 2 or more clouds. Every customer that I talk to, they're using 2 clouds. Why? Number one, they want choice. They want choice on being able to pick the right innovation from the right cloud. Hey, Oracle Database, you got amazing database. I want to use that. Azure, you have got amazing enterprise application expertise. You've got AI expertise. I want that too. I want the ability to have resilience between the clouds, right? You know, if I want to have certain services run in OCI, certain services run in Azure, maybe some other applications run in AWS or GCP, that essentially allows them to reduce their risks. And then some of them very strict regulatory compliance and sovereignty requirements that allow them to go to a specific hyperscaler or a specific country where that hyperscaler has a region, right? So that led us to the question, okay, we built that interconnect that Kalyan talked about. Now, what if I could run these applications with Oracle Database inside Azure? And if I can do that, I can bring these 2 amazing capabilities, the trusted data management from Oracle and the trusted application services from Azure. So what Oracle traditionally has uniquely able to do only in OCI, which is the ability to provide you real application cluster capabilities, higher availability capabilities, autonomous database running on our most powerful Exadata infrastructure, and then allowing you to have this very great versatility with our Oracle 26 AI databases, with having a lot of AI innovation inbuilt in it. You get all of that now in Azure, combined with all the application services that Kalyan talked about, all the virtual machines, Kubernetes services, key vault capabilities, which is a key integration point for us. All of this offered within the Azure data centers. So what are the key use cases as we are talking to customers? The key use cases for Oracle database at Azure, number one, move to cloud. And move to cloud here means move to Azure, right? And I've already selected Azure as my primary hyperscaler. I've got these Oracle applications, Oracle databases, and applications tied to the Oracle applications. I just want to do a very quick lift and shift. Number two, I have on-prem Exadatas. I love Exadatas. I'm doing extreme level of consolidation on my Exadatas. I want a similar capability on Azure, right? Or I am running this Oracle MAA, which is called a maximum availability architecture blueprints for HA and DR for many, many years. I want a similar solution in Azure Cloud. As well as cyber resiliency, I want to improve my cyber resiliency. Things like ransomware coming out there. I want a much more scalable solution for my cyber resiliency. Number two, building innovative applications. Hey, I've got all my data on Oracle Database. I want to bring AI to my data. Innovating on my new and existing applications, or combining my in-database AI capabilities with 26 AI, with what Azure has to offer with Copilot, Fabric, and all the new innovative capabilities that Azure has been talking about in this keynote. And third, reducing complexity and costs, right? Which is huge. Customers want to use fewer databases and platforms. They're using different types of data. They're using vector data type, they're using IoT data type, or they may be using different types of workloads, analytic workloads, the OLTP type of workloads. They don't want to use different databases for that. It's too expensive. It's too much work. You want a single database with Oracle 26 AI to be able to do that. And then ideally pay for all of this for Oracle Database Services using the Azure MAA credits, right? And so these are some of the key use cases that we have hearing from customers. And the Oracle Database Service, these are the portfolio of services that we have today on Azure which address those key use cases. Number one, starting from the left, the autonomous AI database. This is our premium database offering, which is a fully managed database cloud service. What I mean by fully managed out here is the automation takes care of provisioning the database, updating the databases, the hardware refreshes, completely taken care of by the automation itself. And you as a customer are only taking, using the data. This runs on our Exadata platform, so customers get the performance, the reliability, the stability benefits of Exadata, and completely elastic, right? Completely elastic from a resource perspective. So you just spin up a database, and you consume the resources, and you pay for those resources. You don't pay for things that you're not using. And it has all the built-in innovation for new application development. So low-code Apex development, the select AI agent capabilities that are inbuilt into the databases. So for customers, that are the use case that we talked about, the customers that are trying to innovate their database and applications, autonomous database would be the ideal offering. The next is the Exadata database server on dedicated infrastructure. As the name says, it's a dedicated infrastructure, so you are the only tenant on that service. Now, this is a co-managed service. What we mean by co-managed is there is shared responsibility between Oracle and the customer, which provides the benefits of that is Oracle manages the underlying infrastructure. You as a customer are managing the database as well as a VM cluster on which the database runs. The benefit of that is you get automation, but you get some amount of control. You can add more software, you add your own software on the VMs, you can customize the database, so you have that level of control. But you get full tenant isolation. That's one of the big benefits. A lot of our customers that go from on-prem Exadata, they find this as an ideal fit. It's a very easy lift and shift opportunity to get with ExaDBD. The next one, which is the most recent service that we launched, is the Exadata database service on exascale infrastructure. So for customers that love the Exadata performance, but they don't really want a dedicated offering. They want to come in at a much more lower cost entry. They just want to spin up a VM cluster. They can now do that with this service, and they get all the benefits of Exadata performance. The service also has capabilities for thin database clones. Extremely helpful for developers as they try to rapidly clone their environment, and it does that at a much storage efficient cost. And then finally, the base database service, again, a very simple service. We provide you all the automation for database lifecycle management. It's a single instance database, so customers that are running The standard database versions or the enterprise database versions, they can do a very quick lift and shift with this service. Okay? So that's the portfolio of our database services that we have on Azure today. Okay, the other big thing that I want to talk about here is the Oracle Maximum Availability Architecture. This is something that Oracle database customers swear by. Okay? They have been using this architecture, which essentially is a set of best practices built over many, many years, deploying HA and DR architectures in mission-critical environments. And we have different levels associated with MAA. So the first one is called Silver. The Silver is typically used in departmental, the workloads are in a departmental sort of configurations. And the capabilities that come with Silver are you get HA with RAC, Real Application Cluster, you get the benefits of application continuity, and the RPO, which is the real-time objective, is less than 15 minutes. Now, some customers are okay with RPO of less than 15 minutes because it goes in these are departmental workloads. Customers are fine with that. This is certified on our ExaDBD cloud service. The next comes Gold. This is which is the most favorite for our business critical customers. Here, the key things that you get all the capabilities in Silver, and also you get database replication with Data Guard, both with Active Data Guard as well as Data Guard. In the next slide, I'll go a little bit deeper in this one. With this, you get RP of 0 or near 0. Okay? And then Platinum is where our mission critical customers typically use. So this includes everything in Gold, plus the capabilities with Golden Gate, giving you an active deployment. So what does active mean? That I could have bidirectional replication happening between my primary and standby. And I could have multiple database instances. So I can do read-write on primary, I can do read-write on my replicas, and I could have many replicas. So if an outage happens at any point, I'm covered. Right? That's how we get the RP of 0 or near 0 with Platinum. Okay, so a little bit going deeper dive into Gold, which is certified on Azure for our Exadata database service on dedicated infrastructure. So as you can see from this picture, we have the Exadata database infrastructure in a primary Azure region, and we have another one in a standby Azure region, and they are connected from a DR perspective over Active Data Guard. So what does Active Data Guard help us with? Active Data Guard means that I can do read and write on my primary, but I can also do read-only operations on my standby. So if I'm doing reporting operations, I can push those to the standby, right? Or if I want to take backups, I don't want to mess up my production, I can push that to my standby. So you can do this with this architecture. And then you get all the capabilities with application continuity, not only at the Oracle RAC level, but even at the Active Data Guard level. So it minimizes your downtime for upgrades and migrations. And then finally, you see out there, which is we have a recovery cloud service. This is something that we now support in Azure. So it actually is residing in the Azure data center. So I can do backups locally within Azure, or I have the choice to doing remote backups into OCI. And because we have near real-time redo log changes that are supported through the recovery cloud service, I can get 0 data loss with this architecture, right? This is our most popular architecture that most of our customers use, has been using traditionally on on-prem Oracle databases as well as in OCI. And we think this will be the most deployed one in Azure too. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tushar. So what you basically heard is the various flavors of Oracle database implementations that you typically see on premises. And like Tushar said, they're all supported. Now, you also heard the various MAA configurations, the best practices, right? They're also supported, right? So what is Oracle Database at Azure? It is the best of Oracle plus best of Azure packaged together for you. And when we say best of it, like I already said, we are bringing in the database services, the applications of Oracle into Azure, right? It could be your e-business suite, JD Edwards, Oracle PeopleSoft, or any of these applications, right? They're all supported in Azure on top of any of your database configurations you want, in supporting any availability configurations you want. Everything that you would want to run Oracle database and applications in Azure is supported today, right? Now, what did we, it's not just putting these two together, but we have been super thoughtful in various aspects, right? Number one, if you want to run your mission critical applications, latency between your applications and databases become extremely critical. The architecture we have chosen allows us to do around 200 microseconds today, and we are not stopping there. We are going to announce even lower performance offering, lower latency offerings in the near future, all right? Think about this. Oracle's native offerings put together with Azure's native offerings under a 200 microsecond latency, not millisecond, microsecond latency, right? That generally is enough for any mission criticals to run here, right? Now, the next top challenge becomes your licensing and feature parity, right? Given the way we have built this, your licensing and pricing is at par with what you get in OCI, which is possible in Azure, right? And talking a lot about the service, where is it available? It is available in 31 regions today, not something we have done in 1 or 2 regions. It is in 31 regions, and we are continuing to take requests from customers who want us to expand into some of the regions like Malaysia, Indonesia, and a bunch of other Azure regions. We are continuing to take requests, and we will be expanding to those regions as well, right? And finally, a great service, technically greatly integrated, but from a finance standpoint as well, we wanted to make it extremely easy for you. So we have enabled MAC spend on top of Oracle Database at Azure. It's a marketplace solution. You can go into Marketplace, you can buy it. If you already have a Microsoft Azure commitment, you can buy it with that Microsoft Azure commitment, all right? And put together with all of the premier integrations and services that are available from Azure. That really is what your Oracle Database at Azure offering is, right? Now let's continue. So Tushar talked about how you can do the gold architecture. If I were to quickly take you a little bit into the covers, if some of the Azure customers use this as a popular architecture, the multi-region, multi-zone, even this is supported with Oracle Database at Azure, all right? And now if I can take a minute or two to explain this a little bit more. So the magic is actually, maybe I'll step down here. So, okay. So hopefully you're able to see this, right? So the magic is here. What we did here is basically we opened up some space within the Azure regions, all the 31 regions I talked about, to let Oracle bring in a micro region of Oracle into the Azure data centers with WAN connected in the backend, right? That is how you get the highest fidelity of Oracle services in Azure. For them, it is just like any other OCI region. That is directly right next to everything in the Azure region, right? It is connected, like you can see, it is connected back to the OCI region for control plane management, and if optionally customers want to do backup to OCI region, they can do it, right? And if you were to take this, this is AZ1. Like I said, it is right next to everything. It is integrated from the Azure side. We have integrated it into the Azure Virtual Network. We have opened up Oracle the ability to come and create their own resource provider. If you understand what a resource provider in Azure is, Oracle has the access in our resource provider to come and create the control plane on top of this, which means it's a seamless exercise, right? So you saw it in the demo. You can go to the portal, you can provision all of this, you can manage all of this from Azure itself, right? And it is right next to everything else, which is how we are able to give you that under 200 microsecond latency we talked about, right? And it is not just in one zone. In a number of regions, with every region we went to where Azure supports at least 2 zones, we understand the mission critical nature of these applications. So we made sure it is available at least in 2 zones when you go by the time it is GA in that region, right? Not just that, wherever there is a dual zone region that is paired, we have ensured even in the dual zone region, we have, a DR region, right? If it's a dual zone region, you'll have this in the 2 zones in the DR region as well, right? Effectively, you can go do a multi-zone and multi-region application with Oracle Database at Azure, right? And in terms of database reliability management, Tushar talked about how you can use Golden Gate. For applications, you can use Azure Site Recovery. So this is like, for all intents and purposes, you should think of this as yet one more of your premier database services. I mean, just alongside Postgres, Microsoft SQL in Azure for you to bring your Oracle applications into Azure, right? OK, let's move on. So who's running Oracle Database at Azure? The service has been around for 2 years now. Now expanded to 30-odd regions. This is just a few customers. The key to note here is this is not one segment of customers. You have retail, healthcare, fintech, almost every industry that is in production, and this is only a few that we are able to share. There are hundreds more that actually use the service in production today, and there are thousands more that are in the pipeline for us right now. Right? Moving on, talked about a lot of this so far. So what do we already have? We have support for ExaDB, Autonomous, ExaDB, Exascale, ZRCV. All of these are available from the database standpoint. We already have VNet integration, support for NSG, private link, all the network security that you want. And in terms of bringing the data over to OneLake, you had the ability to deploy self-managed Golden Gate to bring the data to OneLake. We had 3P Fabric integrations and all, but now we are expanding, right? In the database category, we have recently announced the support for BaseDB. We announced the support for 19C, which is a very popular version of Oracle on Exascale. Then we announced the support for 26AI. It used to be 23AI. Now it is 26AI. That is available in Azure. And finally, Golden Gate was a self-managed service in the past, but now it is a fully managed service in Azure. On the security for your enterprise applications, the closest it can get to everything Azure is how you would bring your enterprise applications, right? There are great security tools from Oracle that come along with it, but we hear from customers they want the choice between Oracle security tools and Azure security tools because they could have, in a number of cases, consolidated their security surface to Azure tools, right? Hence, we have announced support for Azure Key Vault to manage all of your Oracle databases that run in Azure using Key Vault. We have extended the support for Sentinel. We had logging that was in the past, but we have extended with more Exadata logs that are going in there for you to extend Sentinel for Exadata as well. And finally, that also enables us to open up Security Copilot for you, right? If you're consolidating on Security Copilot as your means to manage security, it is enabled for you. Now, moving on, as it pertains to AI-ready data, we talked about how there are integrations in the past. We are taking it further with Golden Gate as a service that cleanly integrates. And then there are a lot of fans for Fabric first-party mirroring. We have extended the support for first-party mirroring from Fabric from the Oracle data sources. Exadata is currently in progress. It is in public preview right now. So I think we talked about it. Detailed slide. The bottom line is all common features and functionalities of how you manage your keys with Azure Key Vault are supported for Oracle databases running at Azure, right? Okay, moving on. Regions, we talked about 31 regions. Glad to say there are 2 more in the near term that are coming up. West Europe and Brazil South. West Europe is a very popular Azure region. We will soon launch the service in West Europe as well. So is Brazil South. It's a DR region. And very soon you will see support for Brazil South for the service as well, right? Now let's move on and talk for the next 5-7 minutes about building the Frontier AI, right? So let's start with data. The first step of building Frontier AI applications is basically unifying data, right? There are various choices depending on what customers want to do. If you want to bring data over using Oracle Golden Gate, which has support for extensive sources, not just Oracle, but beyond Oracle as well. That, like we said, it is supported in Azure as a service right now. Or if you want to use Fabric as your data integration technology, we support that as well. You can bring in data using Fabric into one lake, right? And if you don't want to move your data, if you just want to run your AI on top of the Oracle databases, 26 AI or native, we have announced support for the connectors that you can use right from your Copilot Studio or AI Foundry to connect to your Oracle database wherever it is and build your agents, right? So once you bring your data, you're bringing your data into Azure because you want to use the power of Azure, right? You brought your data, what is the first thing? Before even you go into AI, you want to have insights, richer insights into the data that you brought over, right? This is where the Power BI integration shines. You have deep insights you can build on the Oracle data using Power BI. You can use all the AI goodness that is built on top of Power BI, and any IQ that we launch on top of Power BI will be extended to Oracle as well because underlying connectors do exist, right? Once you bring the data over, I mean, once your insights are one thing, now how do you drive more productivity out of it, right? Not just insights. You need integration with other Azure services. M365 is cleanly integrated with Oracle databases. Excel is cleanly integrated. Teams is cleanly integrated. And the whole Power Platform is cleanly integrated, right? This is how you drive the first degree of productivity before you even get into your agents, right? Next is, getting data, running insights is great. But what about security? With the data coming into one lake, you have the ability to use Purview as your data governance tool on top of this, right? So you have consistent means to bring in, analyze, and govern your data once you're in Azure, right? Doesn't matter if it is data from Oracle or if you already have data from PostgreSQL, it's like one unified plane, right? Now, once you have all of this, the next step is to build your agents and your way, right? You could be talking about citizen developers that want to use Copilot Studio. That is possible with the connector. Or you have pro code that developers want to write with either Visual Studio or GitHub. You have connectors, extensions built into that for you to use them and go build your agents on top of it, right? Not just build agents on top of it, but now you, with the power of Foundry and everything, you're able to directly go publish them for you to use it with Teams and all of your familiar Azure services, right? And in the example, we also talked about how Entra is deeply integrated, which means you're bringing your data and integrating it just like any other data in your ecosystem, right? So let's put it all together. Why Oracle Database at Azure? The best of Oracle with the security that you're used to in Azure, with the apps that you have already built, I mean, the way you build your apps in Azure, right? And the ability to go bring in, unify your data, and starting with insights, to governance, to agents, all of what you are used to in Azure, right? And the next frontier, which is AI, bringing your AI, using your AI on top of Oracle, right? And not just that, at the same price as you get in OCI, using your existing Mac benefits, and also use Arc where relevant to govern this data, right? This really is the best of both coming together, right? Now, tooling, this is an eye chart. If you want to take a picture, happy to. But basically, this is the point of this is not just about using Azure services. If you're familiar with your Oracle services, there is extensibility for your Oracle services as well as Azure services. This really is about choice for you and your ability to do the ability to do any of this lifecycle aspects the way you want it, right? Starting from deploying to governing to managing your AI the way you want it, right? Without having to think of these as two different solutions from two different companies, all right? Now, great technology, great service, great partnership. Is it enough? Maybe not always, right? For you to accelerate your journey, we have a bunch of customer and partner programs that we have recently announced, right? Let's start with the customer first programs, right? If you're familiar with, let's maybe start with the partner program, right? If you're an existing Oracle reseller and you already resell Oracle, we have recently announced support for reselling Oracle in Oracle Database at Azure. All the goodness, if you're a reseller, you can resell Oracle in Azure as well, right? It means it's a ton of expanded opportunity for partners. For customers, Azure Accelerate is a very popular program, and for customers and partners, Azure Accelerate is a very popular program. Starting this fiscal year, we have extended Oracle to be a part of the Azure Accelerate program as well. There's a lot of deep insight that in the links you have there, and there are a number of sessions that we have around the Accelerate program. I would recommend you to go and learn more about it, right? So finally, if you want to get started, this is a great resource. We have a LinkedIn community as well. We would love for you to sign up for the LinkedIn community and get to know the latest and greatest, right? So for you to learn more deeper into how to bring data over from Oracle into Fabric using the various means and also build the AI agents, we have a session tomorrow at 4:30, right? Highly recommend you attending that session, which is where we go deep into how you can bring data over and build agents on top of it. And we also have a customer joining us, Hartford Insurance, which is now Talcott. We have a customer who has done this all to tell you how they have done this and what did they learn along the way, right? With that, we'll give 3 minutes for Q&A, and we'll hang around if you have more questions.
You gotta have some questions.
How many of you are partners here? Cool. How many of you have used the service so far? Cool.
I think you had a question. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. This is something we announced only 2 weeks back. So it should be available as a part of Marketplace offering, or you can reach out to us and we'll tell you how to use that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Any other questions? Anything else you would like us to do together? Okay. Time for a coffee, looks like.
I guess.
Cool. At least I didn't put you to sleep. So,
All right.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending the time here. Yep.